Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay from Lindsay with Love, and I hope everyone is having an amazing Tuesday and another great start to another amazing week. This week, I wanted to share my experience with you guys when I went through my first ascension. I've mentioned it a few times in other videos, but I haven't really gone in depth into what it felt for me, how I triggered it, and how I successfully moved through it. And I think that's something that a lot of people are probably experiencing right now for the first time and could use just a little bit of advice and a little bit of encouragement. So stay with me here as we talk through what an ascension is, how I triggered mine, and how I really felt as I moved through it. All right, so what is an ascension? In my opinion, or from my perspective, my ascension was literally me moving from a lower vibrational state to a higher vibrational state. I literally was shifting my energy field without realizing it at the time, but I was shifting my energy field and I was starting to move out of a place of love rather than fear. I was coming from my heart center. I felt more aligned with who I was as a person. I was kind of living out my true essence versus living from maybe an egoic perspective. So when I think about my ascension, I kind of just think of it as like Lindsay 1.0, and now I'm Lindsay 2.0. And I actually think I'm going through another ascension right now, but stay tuned on that. Not quite sure, but it feels like it. So now that we know what an ascension is, literally changing your vibration from a lower frequency to a higher frequency, how did I trigger it? What happened? All right, let's back up. Before I triggered my ascension, I was having a lot of internal struggles. Like if you ask my friends or my family, hey, is Lindsay upset or whatever, they would say no, like I'm feeling good, I'm my normal cheerful self, super positive. But internally, I was really struggling with self-confidence and self-worthiness and kind of self-esteem in general. And I was having a hard time with my weight. I was having a hard time with boundaries. I was having a hard time saying no without making some stupid excuse. No, because I don't want to. It should be enough, but I was making excuses. I was like people pleasing. I was always sick. You get the point, right? I was just in like a really lost kind of space of like, who am I? And how did I get here? And like, why am I acting this way? There's no reason for me to be acting this way. So I thought to myself, how can I quickly gain back some confidence? And I knew my weight was really bothering me. At the time, it was really bothering me. And so my partner and I decided that we would do a 30-day cleanse. We decided we were going to eat only raw fruits, raw vegetables, and raw nuts. We were only going to drink water, green smoothies, and coffee for our sanity. And we were going to try to do it for 30 days in a row. We didn't have to do anything else besides focus on just eating really clean vegetables and fruits and nuts from our beautiful Mother Earth. So we started, and I should preface by saying we only made it 18 days because it was very challenging, but we made at least 18 days. And what happened was I started losing weight really quickly. Like I think I lost like maybe 14 pounds or 15 pounds in like 12 days. And yes, it's probably not the healthiest, but I felt very healthy. I felt more energetic than I ever had. My confidence started coming back. And other things kind of started happening too that I didn't really expect to happen. For example, my friends were like, hey, let's go grab a dinner and drinks. Sorry, I can't, because I'm committed to this program with my partner. We've committed to this together. So I didn't want to let him down, and I really didn't want to let myself down. So I started creating boundaries. Unexpectedly, I was creating boundaries. I was saying no because I could if I wanted to, and I basically had to. So there's things that started happening kind of unexpectedly just by deciding to do this cleanse. So that was kind of the things you would expect, right? But then what happened was something pretty crazy. I started feeling like really light. Like I knew I was in a body, I knew this body weighed a certain amount of pounds, but I felt like I was just kind of floating. I was like, this feels kind of strange. Then I started getting flashes out of the corners of my eyes. Twinkles, like twinkles, all over the place. That's also kind of strange. And then I will never forget this moment. I was sitting at my computer desk at work, and we were in cubes, kind of open cubes, and I was working, typing away, and it felt like somebody came up behind me and spun my chair around really fast. Like, whoa. I literally felt like I just went 360 really fast. And I'm like, huh. I mean, I had heard of vertigo just from my past and like different work that I had done. And so I thought, maybe this is vertigo. This is really strange. I can't imagine what else would be happening here. Then I started to get headaches once in a while, which I do not suffer from headaches ever, really. And I started getting kind of nauseous here and there. So then I'm like, okay, what's really happening here? No, I wasn't pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I don't plan on having kids. But I had this moment of, I can't call a real doctor or a normal doctor because they're gonna think I'm crazy. Literally, I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy, but this is real. This is happening to me. I don't feel bad. I feel very energetic. I feel better than I've ever felt basically my entire life. So it had to be something else. And I don't really even know how this happened. I truly believe my intuition, and I was just kind of guided to this word, but I researched the word ascension. And I thought to myself, this has to be it. There's nothing else that aligns with what I'm experiencing besides this word ascension. So I said, okay, Lindsay, what should I do? And I decided at that moment to reach out to one of my favorite intuitive tarot readers on YouTube at the time. And she would take calls with her, viewers, just helping them through these difficult moments. Because ascension can be very lonely. I should say that. It can be very lonely because you know something is happening to you. Most people around you probably haven't experienced it. So when you tell them, they kind of just laugh it off. They say you're crazy. They're like, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about, the Kardashians instead or something. So I reached out to her thinking she could help. And all she basically did was confirm, yes, you're going through an ascension. And in that moment, she was so excited for me. And I was so just apprehensive and uncomfortable. I was like, when is this ever going to end? It's been 2 or 3 weeks now, and I feel like I'm losing my mind, basically. And she was celebrating me. And I was taken back to this moment when I had my first period ever. And maybe this is a little personal, but it was at summer camp. I was by myself with my friend, and I remember the camp counselors being so happy, I'm a woman now. And I was like, this is not awesome. This is awful. I want to go home. But of course, I just stuck it out, right? Similar with ascension, you just have to embrace it and move through it. So that's what I did. And of course, she gave me some pointers on what to do, how to embrace it, how to really surrender to it. And she assured me that I would come out way different on the other side, and it would be very beautiful, and it would be very life-altering. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So just to kind of recollect on what we just talked about, I triggered my first ascension by going on a raw vegan diet, just like that. I was a carnivore. I was consuming a lot of dairy before that. I was drinking alcohol before that often, and we just cleansed. And that, I think, was absolutely the trigger to say, you know what, you're doing something really amazing for yourself, and you are going to change your whole life trajectory just by doing this 18-day cleanse. And that's exactly what I did. So that's how I triggered it. What is the ascension? Remember, we're going from a low vibrational state to a higher vibrational state. What happens at a higher vibrational state? If you guys have been following along on my channel or on my Instagram at Lindsay with Love, you know that the higher you vibe, like attracts like, and you know that you're going to be attracting just these great high vibing magnetic experiences, life situations, people, experiences, I said that already, material things, whatever it is that you want, you will attract as you raise your vibe. And what did I experience when I was going through this ascension? Twinkling out of the corners of my eyes, random moments of crazy vertigo, headaches, nausea, kind of feeling a little crazy, feeling like I was floating out of my body. And I have some similar experiences happening now. I'm hopeful I'm going through a second ascension because now I know how awesome it is on the other side. So if you found any of this useful, or if you're going through your own first ascension, just know that you are not alone. You please feel free to reach out to me if you need help or you need suggestions on how to continue to move through it easier. I'm on Instagram at Lindsay with Love. You can just shoot me a DM there. I'm on Facebook at Lindsay with Love's my Facebook page. Shoot me a message there. You can check out my website, lindsaywithlove.com, just to learn more about me. Book a call with me, a free 30-minute call with me if you'd like, just to move through it and talk together. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with a friend. If you have someone who you know is either really trying to change internally or is suffering from some of those issues, confidence issues, self-esteem, self-worthiness, all of those things that I mentioned that I was also suffering from, I really encourage you to share with him or her so that they can understand they're not alone, right? We're not alone in these moments and these hard times in our lives. You're not alone. So share, give it a thumbs up. Where are you from in the world? I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Maybe energetically we're near each other, or geographically you are experiencing different energy than me. So I'd love to hear where you're from. And as always, subscribe if you love what I'm doing for my channel. I'm hopeful that I can reach as many people as I can in my lifetime so that they can truly heal themselves, so they can live the life that they deserve, that they desire. Don't forget, it is our birthright to be happy, to be healthy, to be wealthy, to have energy, to be vibrant, to be alive. It's our birthright. So once again, I hope everyone has an amazing day, another great week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all next week.